Hello there, Kerbal enthusiasts. Misfit here from the Coop guys, back in Kerbal Space Program. We have in front of us the Duraneo Minmus excursion vehicle, ready to disembark. Well, nearly ready to disembark. There's a couple of in-house things we need to do before we get underway. First thing I should do is apologise for my attitude in the last episode. I was getting really frustrated and a bit dismal at the end of that, because it was incredibly frustrating trying to get that to work. But I have actually looked up how to do docking properly, and I think next time I should be able to do a lot better. But the problem I had last time is that I entered into that really wide orbit. So, like, the orbit that I was coming in, it was coming out here and then it was going in. So whenever the craft were getting close to each other, they were kind of wobbling in and out. So they were constantly just sort of shimmying around like that, and I think that might have been my problem. But I know better for next time, and next time is going to be pretty soon when we get to Minmus. So I was just topping up the tanks on the lander craft from this fuel tank here, which still has a little bit of fuel left in it, so that'll help us on our way. I'm going to have to fix the staging, and we still have Chadfert Kerman in the lander craft. I'm wondering whether I should leave him there or bring him over to the command module. We'll bring him over, actually. Let's do that now. So there we go. There's Chadfert Carmen. About to... Let's turn on his lights. Boop. And off you go. Turn on your RCS and back away from the craft. And where is the hatch to get into this one? No, it's on the other side of the ship. That's fantastic. Let's get a better look. How are you enjoying your first time in space, Chadfert? He's loving it. After such a dodgy docking mission, I think he's enjoying some time to stretch his legs. And let's get you back in the command pod so you can rejoin your fellow Kerbal for this mission. Grab or flip out. Oh, okay, we're on. Okay, I need to check something there because I'm wondering whether or not he actually broke the ship. Nope, we're still okay. This front piece is a little wobbly. More so than I would like. But we're going to have to make do. Okay, so let me fix the staging and we'll be back when we're ready to make our burn to Minmus. Okay, we have our course to Minmus plotted. I did do one burn off camera, and that was basically to change the orbit around Kerbin. Because before we were flat with Kerbin and with the moon, but if we have a look out here, this green line is Minmus, and kind of like Drace was, its orbit is a bit ski-whiffy. So we had to do a burn just to match our orbit like that to give us a better chance of being captured by Minmus, and we have plotted a maneuver here that will get us an encounter with Minmus. The thing is though, that burn that we did used up the last of our fuel in this tank. So I have no idea how long the burn is actually going to be. So let's just, I think we can get rid of this guy now. Hopefully. Make sure I got the staging right. Yep. Uh-oh. Well, there we go. Woof! I don't know what happened there. I think it must have been that engine trying to fire when it couldn't. And let's cut our engines and activate them. There we go. So apparently our burn has changed from 21 minutes to 4 hours. That doesn't seem quite right. I think it might have been because I was... I'm wondering if I should risk a test burn. But here we go. Here is our main craft. This is what's going to take us to Minmus, and this is what's going to land us on Minmus. So, let's see, how far are we away from the maneuver? Still quite far, so let's speed up time to 3 minutes. I hope that's enough time, because I'm mainly using the nuclear engines on this thing. This is kind of a practice run for future missions where I head deeper into the solar system, because nuclear engines are pretty much what you want to be using, because they use fuel incredibly efficiently at the cost of thrust. These things don't thrust much at all. I think they have this Poodle engine, which is the weaker of the larger ones, thrust for 220, whereas these ones here only thrust for like 60. So I've got 3 of them, but even these 3 aren't enough to make up for this. So this is just to help us along. Probably not the best approach to put that on, but it's still, this is a quite efficient engine as well. So the thing about the nuclear engines is they don't use as much fuel, but you have to burn them for a lot longer. So I think we're close enough to do a test burn. So let's do a test burn, see exactly how long we need. And we need about 2.5 minutes. Perfect. So we'll burn at 120 or 124, and that's getting a bit sugary. I do like docking ports, but I really need to try and stop when I use them, try and not have weak joins like this. Also, the engines are pretty far back on this craft, so there's a lot of movement. So I guess we'll turn on the caps lock for when we're ready to burn. We'll speed up a little bit and get to our burn marker. And everybody is excited. They're all happy about this mission. For once, there's not a scared face to be seen. Well, you two freaked out on the way up here, whereas Chadford seemed to be... He kept a decent composure. You could learn a lot from Chadford. Okay, we are getting very close to our mark. And I don't think having the solar panels out will affect us, so they shall remain powering our vessel. And we'll probably go at 126, actually. Give us a couple of seconds just to fire up the engines. And then we will be on our way to Minmus for... We'll probably be... That's not too long a burn. Here we go... And... Now. And let's just make sure we're right on the maneuver node. There we go. And our lander is wobbling a fair bit. I'm going to throttle down, actually. I really don't like what that's doing. It shouldn't be doing that. Stop wobbling around, you crazy thing. Okay, that's locked. Whatever. Okay, so we've got our engines firing. The nuclear engines look like they're doing a lot, but they're not really. It's bizarre the way that looks. I mean, that's the Poodle engine going at full pelt, and it's more powerful than those 3 combined. Anyway, this shiggly thing is still shiggling. Let's check a look at our map. See, it's not really going out that fast. I think most of the work's been done by the Poodle engine, but still. And don't worry, I don't think we're going to have an encounter with the moon when we're on our way. How is our fuel doing? We've got 3 fuel tanks here, a big one and 2 tiny ones. One of our tanks is almost spent. But that's fine. No need to worry. The only thing you worry is that our lander is going to fall over and kill us all. It's a good job that we took Chadford out of that thing, because I'm pretty sure he would be throwing up all over the lander craft right now. That's not a pleasant thing to be in. So, see, it's taking forever to get our orbit out. We still have 1.5 minutes left in our burn. Once the apoapsis gets to about here, though, it'll suddenly go whoop. So we're going to have to use some fine control once we get out to that point. I did notice some debris earlier. That's the tank we just left. It's only 14 kilometers away. There was, when I checked a little while back, a piece of Triforce 5 macrolith debris was pretty close. We're starting to get a lot of debris up in here. I may have to do a mission to clear some of that at some point. And we're finally at 1,000,000 meters. Or 1,000 kilometers. 0.1 megometers or whatever, I don't know. I don't know if there is a megometer. Or a millimeter. No, a millimeter is tiny. No, there's a word for that. It's called a millimeter. Oh, God. Alright, so I've got 1 minute left. We've used up 3/4 of our fuel. We've barely used up some of this tank. This tank's now dead. still got this guy here and all of this one, so we're still looking pretty good for fuel here. Bear in mind, we still have to slow down when we get to Minmus to get us into orbit, and then speed up again to get back to Kerbin. What I'm actually hoping, though, is that the lander craft is not going to have much fuel. It's not going to use too much of its fuel. I think I actually gave it too much fuel than it needs, because Minmus is really easy to get off of because it's got such a low gravity. Oh, here we go. We're getting close. I did test this design once before, but I didn't test it with the lander on it. I just tested this craft itself. And it's a good thing we throttled down these engines as well, because when these things are running full pelt, they tend to overheat themselves. And I've never actually seen what happens when they do overheat, but I'm assuming they explode. Which would not be good. It would be counterproductive, is what it would be. How you doing, guys? Well, they seem to have simmered down a bit. I guess they're a bit bored of this burn now. That's the problem when you use nuclear engines. They take forever. And you cannot speed up time. But apparently our burn is going to be over very shortly. And here we go. It's going to start branching out. So we're going to... It's not branching out. It's going to start moving quite quickly over this last few delta V that we have to bleed off. It should not be moving so much, but I'm going to throttle down. Because you were wobbling a lot there, and oh god, for a moment there I thought it'd come this lander had separated from the main ship. Okay, we're almost there. Throttle down more. So we're down at about 30%, and it's still moving out pretty quickly. And ease off a bit. And okay. Right. I'm not sure if I did that right. One sec. Let's get rid of that maneuver so we can actually have a look and see what we're doing. Oh, the return of the purple line. Okay. Oh, so we have an encounter with Minmus, but not as much as I would like. Interesting. Let's burn a little bit longer. Uh-oh. Oh, there's stuff on my screen. Go away, thing on my screen. Go away! Oh my god, there's almost all these windows popping up. 1 second. Okay, there we go. For some reason, a whole bunch of like pop-up windows were showing up down here for the Windows-related ones. I could not get rid of. Okay. So, I think we may have... I don't know how we managed to burn... We managed to screw up this burn. We're going to be lagging behind Minmus, but we can probably fix that. Let's put a maneuver here. And what we want to do now is we want to move... Ah, there we go. We got it back. We've got it back. What is our periapsis? There is almost perfect. So now we just need to burn in that direction now, and you just need to figure out where that direction is. It's only going to be 4 seconds, so we weren't off by much. And apparently our SAS is doing stuff for us. SAS is kind of weird because it does this on the map, just because it's moving your ship. The map thinks your ship is moved position, when actually your ship is just moving around. Where is this maneuver marker? Ship is dancing all over the place. Oh, stop wobbling, please. Maybe just turn off the SAS. That might help that. Because the thing is, we have multiple devices on this ship for controlling its movement. Ah, there's the marker. We've got the command module. We've got 3 inline reaction wheels. Turn on the SAS now, and we've also got the lander can. Probably the lander can is what's causing that wobbling. If I disable the torque on that, I wonder if that would help that at all. It would just be dead weight up there, though. It would probably wobble even more now that I think about it. Okay, so that didn't help. Alright. So, we've got another burn coming up. We're leaving the orbit of Kerbin. Later, guys. And we're heading off to Minmus, which I don't think you can really see from here. I think it's over that way. It might be behind the moon. Oh, no, 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 it's to the right, so it's over here somewhere. But it's it's quite small, so we won't be able to see the thing. Let's speed up. Let's get actually on top of our maneuver node, and then we'll speed up. There we go. And one. Okay. So let's stay on the map for this because it's not a long burn. I want to make sure we get this right. And we're going to get rid of the maneuver and burn now. Let's see if we can fix this. Collapse this. Did we just scoot by it or something? Minmus periapsis. Alright, let's get that as low as we can. Okay, that's going back up somehow. Okay, that's going back up. Okay, well, we might be able to fix that when we get closer. And we've got that purple line problem again. Alright, let's set a maneuver further down the field. And let's see if we can fix that. Can we highlight the... We've got two things for periapsis there. Oh. Problem is, what I want to do here is I want to select the Minmus periapsis so that it stays highlighted, but oh, there we go. That appears to be both of them. Awesome. That really helps. Right, so let's see what happens when we throttle down a bit. No, I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Alright, let's get rid of that mover. I don't like you. Okay. I'm going to get out to about here. And then we're going to do another burn and see if we can get this periapsis close drop down. But we have only used just under half of our fuel. And we are on our way to Minmus. So we'll see when we get a bit closer. There is our target off in the distance. Still pretty far away. But we are going to be coming up on them in about a day's time. The map does not like this maneuver for some reason. It keeps flipping out. I think it might be the SES or something. I'm not sure. But I thought while we're out here, I realised I don't think I had Science Juniors when I went to the moon. Possibly. Because if I do this... Space High over Carbon, we have got some science ready to go. So let me just see, which one of these am I going to be losing first? These guys. Okay, so let's use up this materials bay, and we're gonna grab a little science while we're here. So 25, that's nicely done. Mystery goo. I think we have got this. Yeah, it's not really worth it for 2.3, so we'll reset that one. Other science devices we have with us are the thermometer and the seismometer, both of which don't work in space. You have to be pretty close to a planet or a moon for the thermometer to work, and you have to be on it for the seismometer to work. So, I do have a little bit of science on this. I got some mystery goo for some reason, and I also got some thermometers as well. So I probably put a bit too much science on this for what we actually need, but that's fine. Kenford, you are a veteran and you're freaking out. You need to chill out in space, so get out there. Because you need to go and collect our science. So let's go down the ladder first. Or get your head stuck. Hang on, board the craft again. Thank you. Okay, that wobbled. That's not good. I'm going to quick save now, actually. We're going to try that again. And let go. Or board again, for crying out loud. Okay, so out you go, and then let go. And then turn on your RCS and move away. Your head is stuck in the docking port. Are you kidding? Uh-oh. Come on. Well, this kind of endangers the rest of the mission. You're using a lot of propellant there, buddy. Turn off the RCS a moment. How did you get stuck? Oh, wow. Well, I could easily go back into the ship. It's just getting out of it. Well, this is a problem. Okay, so we're going to leave that there for now. How am I going to get the astronauts in the lander? Actually, I do have an idea. We'll have to wait till we get to Minmus, but I think what I'm going to have to do... Oh, wow. I'm going to have to... I think the problem is I've used the shielded docking port, and it's put such a way that this protective blade is clipping into them when they're on the side of the ship. So I'll have to remember that next time I use one of them. But what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to undock this ship and then transfer the Kerbals like from one to the other, which shouldn't be too difficult. Just have to hope that thing's not going to drift away too quickly. Anyway, I'm going to carry on until we get to Minmus. Actually, let's see. Can we do a crew report while we're here or something? No, it's still over carbon. Alright, we'll see you when we get to Minmus. Here she comes. Here comes our target, and we've just entered into our encounter. So now we're in the influence of Minmus, and we're coming in low, I've noticed. Let's get rid of that maneuver now. So we're going to probably enter a polar orbit around Minmus, which is fine, actually, because I want to do something similar to when I was at the moon, where I will float around it over the different biomes and get as much science as I can from crew reports and EVA reports. Maybe even some of the mystery goo, the additional mystery goo we brought, will help. So let's just plot a burn to put us into orbit. And then we're going to bring it right down, because we want to be as close to the surface as we can without grazing our faces on it. So 10 kilometers should be good. 14, 9, 12, 9, 9.3, 9.4, 9.7, 9.9. Close enough. Alright. Now, how long is that burn? 26 seconds. Not bad at all. So let's just get around so we're ready to do that burn. And now that we're close enough, we can start using some of our science. If this thing will stop... Oh yeah, SES is off. That won't be helping. This thing is really sugary. So we used up this one. So let's use this one here. Observe Materials Bay. 100 science. There we go. And we shall use our mystery goo here. So high over Minmus. There's another 40 for you. Now, can we use any of the thermometry stuff yet? No, we cannot. But what we can do is do a crew report. High over Minmus, 20. Let's transmit that straight away. Using our side-mounted radio pointing right at the lander. That's really convenient. So there's that. And Kenfred, you're going on EVA again. Don't destroy the ship, please. In fact, we'll wait until that radio is packed away. Because that's right next to the hatch as well. So, Canford, go on EVA. Don't destroy anything, please. And you're going to do a quick EVA report. There we go. Recorded the situations about the situation. Board the ship. View the... Oh. View stored data. That one. And we'll transmit that as well. So there's, like, what, 50 science transmitted back. And once we get closer to... And we lost our maneuver. I keep forgetting to do that. Alright, okay. So let's bring this around. Get our maneuver back. 15. And there we go. Right. So we're heading in that direction. Where has Minmus gone? It should be coming up above our heads. Oh, there it is. So let's speed up time and get close to our orbital burn rendezvous, which is in about an hour and a half's time. There she is. Big green ball of ice. It is green. I don't know why it's green. Well, it's kind of aqua. Aqua green. Aqua blue. I don't know. It's a mixture of the two. So... Here we go. Come on, a little closer. Oh. I've noticed sometimes that when I speed up, the game kind of freezes a tad. It's enough to make you completely miss your mark. So, you need to take this carefully. Alright, that's close enough. Let's get right on the maneuver again, which is directly retrograde. Thank you very much. And let's sit out here, speed up a little bit more. So we want to fire at like 13 seconds or so. So we can get into orbit around this giant mint, which the Kerbal seem to call it. Looks like a giant mint in the sky. And burn. Going full pelt for a little second, and then I'll throttle right back down. Once we see what our orbit is doing. How's everyone doing? They're worried. They shouldn't be. This is a piece of cake. No problems are going to happen whatsoever. Nothing bad is going to happen. No problems will ensue. Everything is under control. It's all cushy. And now we'll throttle down. Gently bring this in. No, I don't want to add a maneuver there. I want to... No, I don't want to set Ike as my target. That's miles away. Highlight the thing, please. Thank you. So we want to bring that down to... Was it 10 kilometers? Oh! That flipped. Highlight that one then. Should have expected that. So, no worries. Bringing it down, bringing it down. Bring it down faster because I'm not getting impatient. Eases off. Two, 1, 10. Shut down. There we go. We're now in orbit of Minmus, and we have over half our fuel left. Awesome. Haha. Haha, okay. Now, once we get to the other side of Minmus, we'll circularize our orbit and take a little bit more science. Then we'll try and get as much science as we can before we get the Kerbals into the lander, because that's probably going to be the trickiest part, and it's going to be tricky to redock them once that happens. So we'll circularize and then we'll see what happens. There's our icy rock our icy rock below. Let's see, we're we've got another burn coming up. This is going to circularize us, and then after that, we're probably going to have to end the episode actually because we're running a little long. Took me a bit longer to get out here, but that's what Kerbal Space Program is. It's about time and patience and planning, and things never working the way you want them to. But for once, this thing is going pretty much according to schedule, except for that thing here where the Kerbals are clipping into the ship. What's our altitude now? I'm going to burn now, actually, because I want to get a bit more height in our orbit. Burning? Oh, I need to bring up the nav ball on the menu. There we go. And I can't actually see the thing. Ah, there it is. So bring that down to about 10. And we should be golden. And in the next episode, we will be floating around Minmus. We might change our orbit every now and again because it's really not taking that much fuel to orbit around Minmus because its gravity is so low. So we could try and get like a crew report from above all the biomes and send that all off before we even attempt our landing. So we will probably do that in the next episode. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're in orbit. Nice 10-kilometer orbit around Minmus. Let's make sure I didn't deorbit myself. Nope, we're good. Alright, so that's us for today. We'll do some science next episode, so thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye.